Hey guys, welcome to the Into the Microwave Oven podcast. Here today are your hosts, Bri
and Kirann.
Woo!
Yep, it's me, I guess. So here, kids. We've been kid at one point in time in life, yes.
Yes.
And obviously as kids we used to be obsessed with things or watch something specific and it became our whole personality trait, right?
Woohoo! Childhood at its finest.
Yes, and we're going to be talking about those shows that we used to be obsessed with, you know? Yeah.
Right.
How well do you remember your childhood, Bri?
I remember it very well.
That is a lie, and you know it.
It is.
Okay, well, so I barely remember anything. Bri barely remember. This is gonna be an amazing video.
It is. I remember the shows. I rewatched some of the shows recently.
Which ones have you rewatched?
Huh?
Which ones have you rewatched?
Oh. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 2012 version. My Little Pony.
The 2009?
Oh my goodness.
5th generation, I think.
I don't know which one. But yeah, you're probably right. Does Avatar The Last Airbender count?
I think so. That was definitely part of our childhood since it came out in like 2008. You were young.
Yeah, that works. I think Teen Titans, Teen Titans, also the older version.
I barely remember that one. I'm gonna be honest.
So, I only got to watch that one with sleepovers and at 1 a.m.
That's
or 12
a.m. You know, that's like fair enough though. I think a lot of stuff is like very deep in our minds. Teenage Mutant. Barbie movies. Were you into those? Because I know me and our other cousin are into it.
I wasn't super into it, but I do remember watching a few.
Like which one?
I think there was a Rockstar one.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember anything specifically though. Does Bratz count? I didn't rewatch it, but that was a childhood one.
No, yeah, it was always either like Barbie or Bratz, you know? You were like one of them. Or there were the fairy ones, which that was me. Our other cousin would be the Barbie one. And wow, okay. Yeah, we have 2 cousins. Yeah, cool.
Well, I think the other 2 also like Bratz.
Yeah.
I think one of Bratz and Barbie equally, maybe.
I feel like they had more partial ones because we all, like, the 3 of us liked all 3 of those, you know? But we all had, like, our partial, I feel like.
Yeah. So, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. So, in that triangle, we all fill out one of them. And it's amazing. What was it? Winx Club? That was
Winx
one.
Club that one was a really popular one for us.
Here's the thing. I barely remember it except the part where they get the Believe X wings and the Enchantix wings. And that's all I remember.
I don't remember any of it either, but I do know that it's...
You what?
I don't remember any of it, really.
Okay.
Tried to rewatch it, but then I ended up quitting and I got distracted.
That's fair enough. That's me too.
Yeah. So...
For me, when I'm going back in all of these, it's like, you know, you're used to very high quality animation and voice acting, and then you go back to these very older kind of shows that you used to enjoy, and you kind of just you love them for the nostalgia, but oh my gosh, you just can't.
it's a little different, and like
that was me with Winx Club. I'm like, this is shifting in ways that shouldn't be really shifting. But it's okay. I still love Winx Club.
yeah, just it's too much part of our childhood.
Yeah, it's like you walk in a room and everyone's just poorly animated. You know what? That made no sense. No, it scarred me.
It was old, and newer stuff looks neater, and it's just...
I don't know. I feel like my tastes have changed drastically, because even on my YouTube videos, I'd want them at the highest resolution it could be, because I'm just that picky with these. Like, I don't want it bad. I want it blurry in the slightest. And I look back at like Barbie or something, and I'm like, wow.
No, definitely not.
Oh my gosh, just wow. So any in particular you like want to hyperfixate on?
Ooh, from My Little Pony. My Little Pony was so fun.
You know what? I actually liked it. If I were to go back now and rewatch it, I think I'd enjoy it again. I feel like I would. Like,
I not completely finished it.
Not all.
I aged out around season 7, 8, 9, maybe.
The thing with My Little Pony in like the older generations, they like it wasn't as higher stakes, you know?
Yeah.
It was more like actual you go around, like, there's a new
everyday.
Yeah, everyday slice of life. And then Generation 5 hits. First few seasons, you're just like, yeah, this is okay. Oh, they get magic. I mean, they had magic from the beginning, but then they start fighting with it. Like anime.
I think that's cool.
And I was into it, you know? I wanted the fight scenes. I liked that. I mean, of course, it was always that, in the end of it, it was always the resolution of, friendship. But, like, if the scenes are cool leading up to it, heck yeah. And there's like an overarching plot. I mean, like, you know, power of friendship, fairy tale, right? I mean, I still enjoy fairy tale, so why not My Little Pony? I mean, of course they don't say bad words, but it's like, I don't know. There was something about Generation 5 that had more higher stakes and had better world building. I
have to ask, what do you mean by Generation 5?
Generation 5 is like the 5th reboot, I'd say. Because there's like other generations of it where they're older.
You watched the older versions?
Not all of them, but from what I do remember from like older kind of versions of them, it wasn't very high stakes. It was more slice of life. That's what I remember from it anyway.
I thought you were talking about like the early seasons of the one we're talking about, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, because I came across like the earlier generations, as you called it, like just a while ago. I didn't even realize that it was like that many before generations.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought you were talking about the same one, but I was only talking about My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, I think.
No, yeah,
that's the only one I know.
Friendship is Magic is special to me because we like grew up with it, and it was like it has more world building in that show than a lot of actual serious shows, and it's kind of jarring. I don't know. It feels like it shouldn't be that good for like My Little Pony of all things, but it actually is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I really it was super fun. Did you hear actually that they're making 6th generation and there's actually gonna be a guy in it?
That movie's already out.
It's a movie?
It's out. It's out. It's on Netflix, and I heard it was actually pretty okay. Like,
it was good?
Not like amazing, but better
Yeah.
than what most people would think.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't. I didn't even know it was out. I just saw the ad for it and I was like, wow. And then I moved on. It
No,
was an ad.
amazing. No, yeah, I saw an ad about it, and apparently it was like people were scared of unicorns. I'm not really sure what's the jazz with that, but whatever. I don't know. Feels good. I mean, like the animation is much better. I feel like. I mean, they don't look like horses, but.
Can you tell me the plot of the movie so I can know?
Oh, I actually have no idea. The only plot I know, like the only thing I know about the movie is that people are scared of unicorns, and that's it.
Wait. Like other humans or the other ponies, like the Pegasi and ponies?
Other ponies. They're like, oh my gosh, it's a unicorn, run for your lives. And I'm like, yeah, but why? I mean...
Wait. So, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. The other ponies or the other people?
Ponies. Why would it be people?
I don't know. Cause it's a pony with a horn on its head. Why would they be scared?
Hey, magic? Ugh. You know that X-Men Avengers kind of trope, like they have magic, we must destroy them. And
oh yeah.
It feels more like that trope, I feel like. I don't know.
Wow.
It feels like they're getting into those kind of heavier things, which is good.
Okay. I want to ask. So when I saw the guy pony, I was worried that they were gonna make it put in a romance in there. Did they do that?
I hope not. I don't know. I didn't watch it. How would I know?
You didn't watch? I thought you did watch it.
I said I didn't watch it. I said from what I've heard.
I misheard you. I'm sorry. I thought you said that you did watch it.
No. Oh my gosh. I was scared it was bad with just a high budget and animation. It's like, I'm not going to even want to.
Man, I might watch it. No, I'm not. I'm going to look up stuff about it.
Yeah,
no, I'm not. Maybe.
What? Okay. Whatever, dude. Apparently the villain was cliched though. Like who it was a cliche. I'm not really sure what's up with that. Yeah, I mean it's a children's movie.
Well, it's a kids movie, so I guess it's
that's
like,
what I said.
You know, what do you?
That's what I just said. That's so funny. Okay, so Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, iconic.
2012. Like I have not watched the other ones, have you?
I saw a couple clips of like the 2004 version and I really liked it. Ooh. But only like a couple like specific arcs. Like I think they actually I think they did some of the arcs in TMNT 2012 version. Like there was one where they got kicked out of the city and they went into woods. That was done in the 2004 and the 2012 version.
Oh, like an adaptation.
And then I don't know if this was done in the 2012 version, but in the 2004 version, there was like an arc where they go into space and they have to fight, and an arc where they go into a different dimension and have to fight. And both were very good.
Yeah, I remember the ones that we were growing up with had a better like storyline. I feel like this was an age where they took old stuff and gave them good storylines, right? I think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is one of them, right?
I don't know, because I don't know enough about the 2004 version. Because I think it did have story, but it was like done in arcs. And to the 2012 version, it was I don't remember it all that well. I rewatched it like a long time ago.
I do remember your favorite, but can you like tell the audience who your favorite turtle?
The blue one.
Of course, it's the blue one.
When I rewatched it, I decided that I decidedly did not like him as much, which is a shame.
I'm sorry, but I had the same experience. My favorite used to be Donnie, the purple one. I watched a
Yeah.
few clips and I was like, I like Raph a lot.
I was like, I like Mikey a lot. Like, he's funny. He doesn't do it. He's unproblematic.
I don't know about that last one. I don't know about that last one, but
Happy.
he's like the nicest, I guess. But he's like an airhead, and airheads like annoy me.
Oh my goodness. Who did they do? So you don't like the purple one. Who do you like now?
I like Raph now.
What a jump.
Look, okay.
I didn't like him in the beginning, and
Yeah.
I think I still didn't like him at the rewatch, but I liked him more, maybe. But he was still a little too angry, but I could see why he was angry sometimes.
The way I saw it was like Johnny was a simp, right? Leo was a little too controlling for my tastes, and Mikey was just an airhead. And then there was Angry Boy, and I'm like, wow, mood. So I was like,
Oh my
okay,
gosh.
this is it.
I'm like looking at them all, and I'm like, there's so many emotions. It's so heavy. I like the one who's fun.
Yeah, I feel like that's in your alley though. For me, I don't care. I like the dark tones sometimes. I just did not like Mikey. He's too much of an airhead for me because there are airheads who would be like secretly smart, and those I like, and they're not always stupid. But Mikey just seems to be only stupid. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
I don't. He tries his very best, okay? Sure, he's a little gullible, but he tries his best.
I know, but he just annoys me a lot sometimes. And I think that's too much for what it's worth. Also, Donnie, stop being a simp. Also, Leo's a simp. They're both simps.
Oh my god. We have very different opinions, and it's shocking me. We need to move on.
Why? What's wrong?
No, we have to move on. You're trash talking like everyone except my least favorite.
I'm sorry. Okay. We could talk about.
We should move on.
No. Why did you like Leo when you were younger? Because he was blue.
Purple. I mean, yeah, blue.
Purple. Yeah, that's your favorite color, and that's the color of Leo.
No, I don't know. So one, it might have been the blue, maybe. Maybe it was the swords. Maybe it was the leader thing. I don't know, but I was like, this one. I like this one. And he was responsible, I guess. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Maybe the others just didn't seem appealing at the time.
That's also fair, but they're also turtles, so I don't know if you can find any appeal.
I meant appeal for favorite character. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking the same thing. It's just back then, even then, I was like, this looks a little jank.
Jank?
Like, I wouldn't design it these ways. Back then, I was like, even then, I was like, why? Whatever. I mean, I like it now. I can appreciate it now. I can appreciate most of them. But it's like, back then, I was very, very mean to those kind of things. Because even back then, I was like, why is this thing more stand-outish than the other things I'm used to? I don't know. I was like, I don't like 3D. Whatever.
I never noticed that kind of thing.
No, you know what? It's fine. I think it just broke my mind a little bit because I was like, 3D animation software? What's that? Aren't those just people in costumes running around? No, legitimately. That was how I thought. I was like, wow, okay. This must hurt.
I don't know. You like Ralph, the one who's constantly. And do you know how many problems he causes most of the time? Because of his anger problems that he cannot get over and he never works to get over?
Look, I think this can be said about everyone else and their main traits.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
Mikey being stupid has gotten them in so much trouble in the fact that he touches everything and it blows up or something. Donnie is too, what's it called? He's a little bit full of himself. He's too overconfident in his own abilities to do stuff, to the point where he would like be so obnoxious about it. And I don't know, it's just really annoying. And oh my gosh, Leo's so controlling to the fact that he's annoying for me to think about. Sorry.
No, I'm defending them all because honestly, no. So look, first of all, Leo, he was given this is like, as an older sister, you can't tell me that you've never been like, why can't you guys just listen? Like, you can see he's getting tired because they never listen to him, despite him being, one, responsible, and two, appointed as the leader by their literal teacher and father figure. So like, he has a reason to be like that. Like, he is specifically appointed as the leader. They can't just be all willy-nilly. They need somebody to group them all together, but they don't listen to him. Mikey, he's just trying to have fun. They are, again, they're only like, 16 at the start of the show. They're still just having fun.
I'm so... I don't know.
Donnie, I didn't pay enough attention to. I just, with Donnie. But like, he does have a right to be, he deserves to be at least overconfident to some degree. And it's not like his brothers don't balance it out by teasing him fairly often, you know?
That's fair, and, like, but they tease each other, to be honest. Like,
he is.
He's not the only one being teased. It's a sibling thing.
Yeah.
They're always at each other's necks all the time.
Yeah, but it's like none of them are like as smart as him. None of them can come up with the stuff that he does.
Yes,
Can any of them make a robot? Not really, no.
But as an older sister, even I would look at him and be like, hey, maybe let off a little bit, because you're coming, this isn't how you're supposed to get their attention, honestly. Like, I get there's 4 of them and they're like all relatively equal in age, but if you're an older sibling, you just kind of have to know their traits and use that against them or for them. And I feel like knowing them for that long, he'd learn that. But
it's not like he was the leader the whole time. He's literally like at the start of the show, the only one who was made leader. And Ralph obviously disagrees with this, and that's probably most likely what it seems like the very main reason why he never listens. Like,
that's fair.
He very obviously wants to be leader, but their mentor, someone older, someone I'd say is wiser, was like, no, you're not really suited to that role. But he disregards this and tries to act out on his own more often than not.
I feel like they all are very flawed, though. Like,
yeah, they are. They definitely are.
Yeah, I feel
but you're just pouring too much hate on everybody.
No, I think they're all equally annoying. I just think that Raph is more outspoken in that annoyingness, in the fact that he's always in your face about it. But for me, it's more like it's pretty equal because I'm used to that kind of thing. So I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. This is normal. I don't know. I get this annoying sometimes, so I'm like, okay, and
oh my goodness.
You know how I can get sometimes. I'm kind of used to that kind of attitude.
You are? I'm not. I don't know. I'm lost.
I mean, the angry trope, I feel like I have enough siblings and too much of a temper, and we all have a temper, that I'm pretty much used to that kind of temper. So I'm just like, whatever, he's angry, he's annoying, he wants to have fun, and he's the leader archetypes, you know? And it's a balancing act, but it's just the fact that he's much more louder about it. I feel like that's why most people hate him the most. But I've kind of gotten like too used to it. Like,
I'm gonna be honest here, I've never met anyone else who's into this. So I'm gonna be honest, my only experience is with you guys.
Who's like what?
With you guys.
Wait, that's what?
I've never seen anyone who is like into this show any more than is like idly watching it, but even then, never.
Oh yeah, no one really talks about it. It's really
No, I'm
funny.
fairly certain I've read a couple of fan fictions. Or a comic. There was a comic.
Oh, what?
And for some reason make it Anks. There was this one comic, like, let's make him blind.
That's very interesting. Is it like the same thing? Or they're just blind?
No, like I forgot who, but like something happens. Oh no, one of them suddenly cannot see, and everyone's like, "Uh-oh, now what do we do?"
Cry? Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a comic, but it wasn't finished, and I never kept up with it, and I don't know the name.
That is so tragic.
I mean, it's okay. I've gotten used to not finishing stories, so it's like, oh well.
Yikes, dude.
I assume everything got better.
Yikes. So, let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, because we disagree too much. We need something new.
We need something to agree with. What?
Let's talk about the My Little Pony characters, because we only talked about the future one, but we didn't get to talk about the characters, did we?
No.
You want to backtrack to that or move on?
I mean, sure, but then we'd just be talking about two things.
Okay, then let's move on then. How about, what else was there?
Well, we could always talk about, like, Avatar, but I feel like everyone knows about Avatar.
A little too over-talked about.
I mean, we love
it deserves it. It deserves it. But I mean, it's like, there's nothing new to say about it because everyone's already said it because it's just that awesome and it deserves it.
Who's your favorite though? Like, who's your favorite character in Avatar?
Maybe Toph. I think it's got to be Toph.
Oh my gosh, you had the same favorite.
Yes. So cool.
Oh my gosh, I love her. I aspire to be her.
I know, she's just so great. Like, especially when they first meet her. She's like, oh, I'm poor, blind and useless. I mean, rich, blind and useless. Oh no. Don't you dare spill my secret or I'll beat you up.
Oh my gosh, awesome. She's so cool.
And the fighting thing where she takes out like 1,000 people in one go.
She's literally just the coolest. I'm sorry.
She is. Oh, she's amazing.
They're all so powerful, but she's the one who just flaunts it constantly, and I love it. I love that for her.
Melon Lord, like, iconic.
So iconic. I love her so much.
She's great.
I remember
I actually saw like this one little thing that was like, imagine Toph sometime like after everything is over while Zuko's like the king or something.
Yeah.
And like she'll sometimes run away from her parents because they get overbearing, and it's like after the war and she goes to hang out with Zuko and she ends up joining him in one of the meetings, and then like 5 minutes in she storms out screaming about how everyone is lying, like they just asked what kind of tea they wanted, why would you lie about that? And then Zuko's like, what? Okay, well actually can you tell me where exactly they're lying? And then she ends up joining them like at the meetings to tell him like whenever someone is lying, and he uses that to his advantage.
I did read that somewhere, and I loved the idea. It was so good.
And like there was this one super funny part that was like, and then whenever they ask what she's there for, Zuko deadpan replies, "She's my scribe."
I know.
Like, that was so funny.
They're all like
fandom made, but you know,
it's so good. I kind of want to say it's canon. I want it to be canon so
canon.
bad.
It might as well be.
It should be. It might as well be. It's so good. Oh my gosh.
I tried when I rewatched Avatar. I tried to watch Korra, the Legends of Korra. There we go. And I got one episode in, but I was upset because it wasn't the characters that I knew, and I just could not get attached to these new characters because I missed the old ones. And I'm like, I don't want to move on to this world where they're all dead. No, what? Bye. And I never got around to watching it.
Me too.
We obviously agree on this one.
Okay, so Bratz, right?
Yes. Moving on to Bratz.
Look, Bratz is good. Even now, I like the art style. I mean, it's in a very low quality if I look back at it. But if you were to redo it, I think it'd look up really good because everything in like animation now, they have it in in a way that it all isn't that unique from each other. Like, you can tell that they're from different studios, but they all have very similar base frames, and I think Bratz like kind of broke from that very well, in fact.
Yeah, so cool.
And their fashion statements are so good too.
Okay, the ones that I remember the most are the one where they get like where they like meet the fairy world and they get wings, and it's like
Fashion pixies. I love that one.
Yeah, oh my gosh, and it's like it's their same world, but they put on glasses and they can like see the fairy world underneath it, and they're like bubbles and stuff.
It's such a funny iteration of drugs, though.
What? No, we're not talking about this. Let's move on to the child one where they're in a mall and one of them runs away or gets lost and then they do a fashion show at one point.
Oh my gosh, did we watch the same ones? It's so good. Okay, that one was Bratz Babies, but kids. Yeah. Bratz Babies. That's it. That's the one. It's the mall one, and I loved it. It was so funny.
No. There was this one creepy one that was like a Halloween one where they all did separate stories.
What the
and
heck?
At the end,
did you just watch all the ones on Netflix? Because that's what I did.
Oh no, these are like from a long time ago. These are the ones that had a biggest impact on me.
That is so weird because these are the things that I watch on like Netflix.
Oh my goodness. Can you tell me about the scary one? Because at the end, I remember distinctly ending on like a scary note.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So basically what happened, because I watched it recently with my sister because we wanted to feel things. And I don't remember what it was called. It escapes me. But basically it's the Bratz, right? The main people, but I don't know who was there and who wasn't, honestly, because I can't remember their names for some reason.
Was it kids though? I think it was kids, right?
And yeah, they were teenagers, I think.
They were?
No, tweens. They looked like 11, I guess I'd say.
Okay.
So
yeah, something like that.
So basically, they go to their new friend's house. It's very Victorian style, right? And they basically have a sleepover there, and they talk about like scary stories, and each of them goes off one by one. Some of them is like stuck on a never-ending ride. No, that wasn't it. No, yeah, I think so. That was kind of it. One like was alone, the only one in the amusement park. I think these were very oriented around this amusement park, and the last one like kind of scared me a little bit because there were like these weird monster thingies that if you looked at them, if you remember at school and you'd count things, right, in kindergarten, and you'd use the gummy bear plastic things, right?
No.
You could just search it up. People who know, they know. And basically, they looked textured like that, but they were terrifying. I'm sorry. Even now, I look at them and I'm like getting shivers, right? And
wait, gummy bear counting things?
Yeah, you use these gummy bears to like count. They're like, okay, what's 5 plus 3? And you use the gummy bears.
Oh my god, these things are cute. I remember these.
No, okay, so those things were textured like those. Like, if you looked at them, they looked exactly like them, but they're not bears. They're horrifying. You know Where the Wild Ones Are? I think that's the book it's called. Where the Wild Ones Live, or something like that.
That one.
It's very monster-esque, and it's kind of that vibe, except it doesn't have any fur. But it's like, by the end of it, they finish their stories, right? The girl is basically really scary, and they all start like walking home, and everything that they ever said in their stories started to like, I don't know, come true a little bit. Like just little hints to their stories being true. And I don't know, it was a little bit terrifying. And the little girl, their new friend was like scary. I don't know. She was kind of scary, not gonna lie. I don't know. That's all I remember, at least. Do you remember?
Yeah, all I remember is at the end, it ended on like a scary note, so that answers that. I wasn't sure if I was imagining it or not.
No, yeah, basically they're like walking in the neighborhood, and they see all the things that they were talking about, and they turn into the monster things. It's gross. It's gross. I should show you a picture of them. You can just fill the time.
Can send it, maybe?
You can talk about another one.
Talk about another one?
Yeah.
What do you mean another? Hold on, let me think of another one then.
Do you know the one? Okay, wait. I gotta ask you something. Do you remember Dylan?
It was a boy.
That was the boy, and I once went on a rabbit hole, and I just found a compilation of Dylan being Dylan, and I think it was the most hilarious thing I've seen in a very long time, and I kind of want to rewatch that.
Oh, I just remembered one. They're kids, and it's fairy tales.
I do remember that one. I'm sending you a picture of what it looked like. Yes, I do remember that one where they're basically doing a play and they're like, we could do better than these bozos, right? And I agree with them. And then they meet a frog and they kind of like get transported into each of their worlds, and the only way to get out of them is to solve them in their own way, you know, in the way that they wanted to. And the fact of the matter is that they couldn't like do it in the way they wanted to because it's much more difficult than they thought. And by the end of it, they were like, oh, I don't know how they were like, wow, okay. Apparently the frog was the prince, but he just didn't have a crown, and it was really funny. I'm like, bro, okay, whatever.
On a separate note, I just saw the thing.
Yeah, it's so bad. It's disgusting.
What? It looks like, you know, it reminds me of like some kind of like the stereotypical like virus like that they put on cartoons.
Yeah, it looks like that, right? It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. I can't find a better picture of them that's more 3D. I mean, more high quality, because they do look like those plastic gummy bear things. I mean, bear things. But in that picture, they look more slimy. It's gross. It's disgusting. I hate it.
It does sound like that.
Anyway, I like the sleepover one because sometimes I still have the song in my head where Chloe was like Rapunzel, right? And she's just trying to walk out of the tower, in which she just keeps finding the same dead end. And there's a song that goes with it, and it's been in my head ever since. It's never left. It's in my head, and I want to ask it for rent, but it's not. It refuses to pay me, and I hate it. I hate the song. I think of that song sometimes, and I hate it. Like, why do you hurt me like this? I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah.
Anything in particular? Well, I want to talk about Dylan. I'm sorry. He's a simp, but
yeah,
in Fashion Pixies, I feel like that was like the peak of insanity he was in. And
really,
every time I look back at that compilation of Dylan, it's just, wow, this is such high schooler energy. I don't
oh my goodness.
It felt really high school, and I was like, wow, they got the vibe. I don't know. Except there's this one time where he slid on the floor and everyone just looked at him in a way that I would look at that like, what? What was that? I don't know. I'm gonna have to send you that video.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
It's so good. I'm gonna do it later. Any other Bratz thingy that you remember? Because I'm really bad at remembering.
There was a superhero one, but they were babies.
Oh my gosh, we do know the same one. That one was weird, in which the aliens were potatoes. They look like potatoes.
They were aliens? I'm sorry, I only remember that they were superheroes and that they saved a bus from going off a cliff. That's all I remember from it.
Bri, there were aliens.
Gosh.
Bri, oh my gosh.
Kirann, what?
I'm gonna change it before I pummel you. So yes, these were things, and I feel like we should know where they're more adulty, but they're not the fun ones to me. Like, these ones, they broke it, right? The other, they kind of like, oh, now we're superheroes. Oh, now we're gonna be chased around in the mall. Oh, we're being possessed by pixies. And it's like, those were really cool. And then you go to like the regular Bratz movies and it's more like actual fashion stuff, and I didn't care back then. So I only know these funner ones and I feel bad.
This is so sad.
I do remember
it's okay.
I do remember the twins though. They were like iconic in a way that I hated them.
I completely forgot about them until you mentioned them.
Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I don't know their names anymore.
I don't think those were their names, no.
The Mean Girls, but there's like Mean Girls. Yep, that's it. Mean Girls.
That's fun. That was very fun.
Winx Club was fun. Don't talk about the live action in my face, or I will spit on you.
I've not seen it.
Don't. But it's like Winx Club is basically, you know those anime tropes where they seem normal, but then they end up being a prophetic child and stuff like that, and then they get wings. Oh, right. Magical girl trope. Sorry. So, I don't know what came over me. That's such a big trope. But yes, it's a magical trope, essentially, but Italian. Like it was made in Italy. It was made by an Italian person, and then they made it into they made another version of it in Nick so that we can watch it. But I do remember both versions.
The original, the one we watched.
So
I thought you were talking live action. My bad.
No. Why would I be talking about the we're not talking about it. Doesn't exist as far as I remember. It's like the Peter Johnson movies. I don't know what they are. What are you talking about? What movies? Okay, so
okay.
So Winx Club, they had two versions: the Rye version, which I remember, and the Nick version, which I also remember. And this sparked a lot of fights in our cousin group because we'd always notice these differences and we'd always fight over which one was correct, like Layla and Aisha and what Bloom looked like in the first season. And it's so funny to me because we never realized there were two separate versions and we just kept fighting over this, and I'm like, okay.
I had no idea.
Yeah, there's two versions. The original
No, I mean, I don't remember us fighting over it. My memory's so good.
I don't remember us fighting as much as I'm letting on, but I do remember a lot of disagreements where it was like, it's Layla, it's Aisha, it's Layla, it's Aisha, and it's so funny.
Like the name for the character?
Yeah, because they changed the name for Aisha to Layla, I think.
No way.
They did! You would search it up!
Why don't I remember that?
No, they did. It was Aisha to Layla, and I'm pretty sure you knew Layla more. And, I mean, I wonder why. But me and Juniper, we were both like, it's Aisha. And you three were like, but it's Layla. It was like,
no, I don't even remember the Layla thing. I only know her by Aisha, you know?
Really?
Yeah, I didn't even know.
No, there was a Layla. It was Layla and Aisha, and I think one of our cousins totally swore it was Layla, and I didn't believe her until I saw one, and I was like, but it's Aisha. And it was a very confusing time, and we were like, why?
Man, I don't remember that.
I
I
remember.
remember so little. Sometimes I doubt you and I think maybe she's making this up to trick me. Maybe she's gaslighting me.
Gaslighting? No, this is how I remember it. I mean, I could be wrong, but this is what I remember. I would never gaslight you, girl boss.
Hold on, I need to look this
Manipulate.
up. Hold
You've
on.
got to. Anyway, the designs for these are really good. Like, okay, not the costumes per se, because I have seen a lot of people trying to redesign them because they're very simplistic, which is very like essential for Flash animation, and it's like they need it to be consistent. I understand. It's the same thing in Sailor Moon. They all have like the same outfits with like different colors, and I don't care. So the designs weren't bad to me. I like them a lot. They're simplistic for a reason, and I like the way they drew their characters. Like they're very unique. You look at them and you're like, this is Winx Club. That's kind of why I didn't like the later seasons, because they changed the style and stuff. And I refused to watch it. I don't even know what happened in them, but I refused to watch them. I mean, even the live action had the essentials, right? Not like no, not live action. No, not live action. No, I meant the 3Ds. Like the 3D models they had for them even had the essential, like the way they drew the eyes, the mouth.
You really messed up the live action.
The live action, yeah. They totally look like that in the live action. No, but we're not talking about that. There's nothing in the live action. But the 3D animation. And I love that. I liked it because I don't mind that. I don't. I like the Sirenics arcs where they were underwater and stuff. I think that's what it's called. And then they like met Aisha mostly in there because she's mostly the water person, right? I think. And it was fun. I liked how they drew the characters, and I think I tried drawing like that at one point when I was young. And I do remember having the wings. Like, we bought them, we had figures, and it was fun.
Oh yeah, I definitely remember that. You also had swords. Super cool.
Oh, we had swords. I'm pretty sure they never used swords, but we like.
No, I mean for TMNT.
Ah, yes, we had the swords, we had the staff, we had the sais, and we had the nunchucks. And
you had them all?
I think we did have them all. Yeah.
I thought you only had like I think the swords.
No.
And
the
suns.
There. It's just we lost them. So the nunchucks, they were broken because of Juniper. The sword it was reduced to 1 because we lost 1. The staff was basically in shape until I like moved. And the size we lost 1 too, and then it broke. We no longer have them. Sorry.
Man, this is news to me.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, because I remember us using them a lot.
I know, me too. That's why, I mean, no, okay. Then the only thing I don't remember is the staff.
I used the staff. How do you not?
Yeah, that's why I'm not sure why I don't remember. Are you gaslighting? You must be gaslighting.
No, I remember my mom trying to teach me how to twirl it, you know? I don't know.
Hold on, that's vaguely familiar.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna be just like Donatello, and I wanted to make it spin. And I kind of did it. It wasn't good.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't good. I don't think anything we did when we were younger was good.
Wow.
Anyway, back topic. Winx Club. Love it.
Oh, right.
Would watch it again if they didn't freaking break it. Because I remember first few seasons they were going somewhere deeper, right? They wanted something a little darker. And you can kind of tell that they wanted something more world building and stuff. And then the later seasons they went back to school when they already like left. So it was very confusing. I was like, I thought they were out of school, but whatever.
I kind of rewatch this series now.
Yeah, you gotta remember.
We should rewatch it together.
We have got to rewatch it with you know who. Because they've been watching it every year religiously. We haven't.
Every year? No way.
Every year she watches it religiously. It's kind of
No,
scary.
she doesn't. I remember she rewatched it like recently, but not every year.
Every year. I'm pretty sure
No.
it was every year. She said so. I'm not
No,
gaslighting.
That's way too many things to be rewatching every year.
She's crazy. You know this.
No, I don't believe you.
Oh, you can ask her. She's watched it more times than I can probably count. It's really scary. But yeah, it was confusing because when they bought it out of Rye, Nick had it in their hands, and then they changed it to be more schoolgirly. And I don't know, I like the vibe. It was okay. I just kind of I just kind of wish they kind of stick with the themes they were going into instead. I don't know. It felt like they were going into something deeper with the world building, and then they kind of just stopped it there because they went under a different company, but whatever. So, what else?
Easy. Oh, I have no idea.
Well, Teen Titans. Do you remember it enough to talk about it? Because I do remember my favorite back then.
I rewatched it, not recently, but like I remember it, and I rewatched like the first few episodes like recently when I was cleaning my room. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Robin isn't actually annoying in the old version.
I know that.
I didn't like him. Because my favorite was Starfire. And then in the old one, they were kind of going for like a sort of romantic view on them. Or at least towards the end. And I did not like him. I did not like that ship either before I even knew what shipping was. And I was just like, no, I didn't like him.
Why?
Now I'm watching, I'm like, he's not that bad. What was I complaining about?
Maybe you just like Starfire a lot and you're like, no one's good enough for her.
That's incredible. That's I was actually about to go for that. Like, maybe. You're probably right, honestly, if you could guess that.
Back then, I think my favorite was Beast Boy and Raven. Not Raven. Oh my gosh. But I don't remember a lot from it. I do remember seeing a lot of clips, and I feel like I could say I like them all equally. I feel like they have their own quirks and their own personalities and characteristics that make them special, and I like it.
Yeah, they're all super likable.
Yeah, I remember their characteristics, but that's it. I don't remember anything.
The arc where like Raven faces her father, and then at the very end, she's got like these white clothes, and it's like, oh my god, she's so pretty.
I don't remember anything.
It's okay.
Oh my gosh. I
think they went to like Starfire's home planet Tamaron at one point.
I want to rewatch it. But I just don't know where to. And I have a legal site. I'm scared of cliffhanger because I know it.
Like, it does. It has that.
Yeah, and I don't want to deal with that. I feel like I think that's the only thing setting me up. Not wanting to watch it because I don't want to be emotionally destroyed.
Yeah. It ends with zero closure.
It's really sad. And then they rebooted it, but we don't talk about that.
I mean, the rebooted version, it's not that bad. It's just different.
I mean, it was okay when I was younger, but now I'm like looking at it and it's like, it's just that thing of what could have been, and I'm a little salty. Also, they took up too much runtime. There was not enough Steven Universe. Sorry. Not enough Steven Universe. Not enough Gumball. And I used to like it. And then more and more and more years go by, I despise it now. And it's not even their fault. It's the program.
You know what's one good thing? Robin gets soundly rejected anytime he tries to make a move on Starfire. I love it.
I think that's the only good thing for you.
Yes.
I think the only good thing for me was that it had such a simple art style to the point that I could replicate it when I was younger, and I think that was the only thing I liked about it. And the fact that I could watch it with my siblings, but that was it. I didn't after that, and then I knew what could have been, and I'm like salty. I'm salty. Sorry.
My favorite one might have been like Red X, like when he became his own character. I'm like, who is this guy? They never solved that.
Aw. Poor you.
I wanted to know more about what's her name?
Blackfire.
Tara?
Oh, Tara.
Yeah, I want to know like what happened to her. Like they like so many cliffhangers. Like, and the bad guy, what was his name? Like Slater. Like
Slater. My brother.
Slater, not Ter.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay, go on.
Like, yes, your brother is the main villain in Teen Titans. Absolutely.
That's fine.
But it's like that one wasn't even like teen, like it's not like that was the only Teen Titans. There are like so many other versions as well, but I don't want to see them.
This one's superior. We haven't seen anything else but this one. Oops, sorry.
We don't have any space to be saying that, but yeah.
We don't. I barely remember anything, but
I do, but it was very good, but I don't know anything else.
exactly. But you know what? We're certified.
Yeah. No, we're not.
No, we're not. It's fine. It's fine. But Tara, I like her design. I think she's cute. I don't know. That's all I remember from her, that she can do rocks.
She turned bad guy. And then she turned good guy again. And then she got her memory wiped.
What the heck? What in the Zuko?
Beast Boy went to confront her, but she couldn't remember, so then it ended there with him running out the door.
What in the Zuko?
To go fight crime again.
Okay, that's amazing. Blackfire, though, is really hot. Sorry.
Really?
Yeah, I mean...
I'm indifferent towards her, but like I said, Raven with her white clothes that one time.
I feel like if I watched this again, I would like Starfire a lot. Just what I've seen in like clips, she makes me feel happy.
She's so great. I love her.
I remember back then, I used to like the color pink a lot, and then I started hating pink, and then I like pink again. And when I started, I feel like if I was in the era where I hated pink, I would not like Starfire, and I'm really sad at myself. Like, wow, you only like characters based off of their color scheme? What?
Wow, calling out me, I guess.
I'm calling out myself too.
I know. Favorite character, the blue one.
Yeah, sorry.
Same applies to Powerpuff Girls.
What?
The Powerpuff Girls.
Okay, back then I liked Blossom a lot, and I think I still like Blossom now. I
watch it. I want to like Bubbles, but it's just most of the time she's very cryy. But she's great when she like becomes strong again.
She cries and draws, and I agree with her.
Yeah, like mood, but it's also like I don't know.
I like her.
Blue, and she was my old favorite. I feel so sad that she might not be my favorite anymore, so I'm just ignoring it. But I might like Buttercup better.
I like all of them a lot, actually. They're all very equal to me. It's just I have a partial to Blossom. Anyway, we're gonna stop it here.
Oh yes, before we start talking too much.
Okay, well, go radiate your favorite Hot Pockets and boil some tea. Good night.